Okay, thank you once again for having me. This is yours truly, Ambusubi. Ambusubi is a lawyer, um, and today I want us to talk about how to preserve your property rights, you know, and ensure a smooth transmission or transition to your beneficiaries. This discussion is coming out of uh, the abundance of the instructions I receive again and again, and the disputations that also um, often arise in respect to um, family estate. You will find that it is usual for a man to work so hard to earn, you know, to have his investment, to have properties, to have land, to generally invest, you know. And it's also surprising that such a man who is doing so much to acquire this uh, um enormous interest in diverse areas is doing very little, to ensure the preservation of this investment after he has lived and gone. The law is conscious of this type of issues, and so the law has created two, major ways to address this lacuna or shortcomings in our social interactions. If a man, for instance, who has acquired enough or a lot in his lifetime dies without leaving a will, the usual term is to say that such a man died intestate. That means he didn't leave instruction behind on how he wanted his property or his estate administered. But if, on the other hand, he he was forthright enough, to remember to engage a lawyer to do a will for him, then you will say that such a man died testate. And now, for the person who died without leaving a will, what the law has provided, to harness his estate and ensure a proper administration is through the issuance of a letter of administration. A letter of administration is granted to the appropriate or approved family members to administer the estate for the interest of the entire beneficiaries of the estate. The beneficiaries could mean the children of the man or other dependents. But it's always better if the man, thought about these things and then took time to engage a lawyer to have his will written, where he is able to dictate how his property will be shared or is shared after he has lived and died. The interesting thing is that that will, as we say in law, is ambulatory. It only comes to effect after the person has died, not in his lifetime. And so when the person has died, he will have appointed the executors or executrix of the will. These are the people who will then approach the probate registrar for the issuance of what is called letter of probate. So for the avoidance of that, letter of administration is issued in respect of an estate without a will, and letter of probate is issued in respect of an estate covered by a will. So the letter of probate is then the authority to the executors to go ahead and administer the will as was dictated by the testator in his lifetime. These steps are very important, and it helps to stem crisis in homes. You have seen, again and again, families torn to pieces, just because of the neglect of the patriarch or the matriarch. I mean the person who left some properties behind, to take caution and to ensure that these things were done, to avoid bad blood amongst family members. It's important that we take the step, and it helps to calm down frayed nerves in the family. Thank you once again. This is the first of this series, and there will be many more on this. Uh, Come with me and listen up, and ensure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel to ensure that every other upload, you will be the first to receive it and get yourself educated. Thank you for your time. You are welcome.